In his promulgation anniversary speech on Friday,
fully implement our constitution is unstoppable.
President Mwai Kibaki lauded Parliament's effort to beat the first deadline for legislation of the Constitution. In a week of marathon sittings, the House enacted 24 crucial bills. First Lady Lucy Kibaki, however, has taken issue with the rejection by Parliament of two proposals to ensure no gender has more than 2/3 of elective posts in the House through amendments to the Elections Bill. In a statement to media houses, the First Lady said women must now explore new ways of ensuring that the gender rule, which covers all elective bodies, is implemented, calling on all Kenyan women to campaign aggressively for leadership positions rather than leaving the political arena to be dominated by men. Speaking separately in Vihiga, Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka sought to assure Kenyan women that the government would ensure that the gains they've made so far are not lost.
Kina mama wakisoma atajua kwamba kile ambacho lazima bunge ifanye ni kutoa pingamizi ili kina mama wapate haki yao, and that is to make sure that the gender rule, 2/3 gender rule is respected. Hakuna mtu ambaye anataka kumnyima mama haki yake.
Parliament has received both praise and criticism over the handling of various bills passed in a hurry to beat the first constitutional deadline. While some see the marathon sittings and rapid dispensation of the bills as commitment to beating the deadline, critics have dismissed it as instant coffee legislation that could prove detrimental to the country's future. Yesterday, the House passed 5 bills and approved the appointment of 3 nominees to the positions of Attorney General, Auditor General and Controller of Budget.
If the people allow the executive to get away with bypassing them like that, at some point in this process, the people will be rendered irrelevant.
The implementation controversy characterized speeches at events across the country today, with politicians seemingly torn in their rating of the country's performance in the exercise.
Wanasema katiba haijatekelezwa sijui kwa sababu ya watu fulani. Sijui wale waliosema no, sijui wale waliokuwa watermelon, hata wanalaumu njaa iliyoko katika Kenya ati kwa sababu ya katiba. We must tell these perennial complainers and the people who look for scapegoats and excuses that there is no relationship between a new or the old constitution and the hunger we have in our country. It is because we haven't planned well.
Since we promulgated the new constitution, that day was a historic day. It was culmination of effort of very many Kenyans to give Kenyans a new democratic constitution. That struggle had been bitter. There were two forces pulling in two directions. The forces for retention of status quo, but the forces for change.
It is not clear if President Mwai Kibaki has assented to the hurriedly enacted bills, or if his office will serve as a safeguard to ensure errors that may have been either sneaked in or gone unnoticed by Parliament are corrected.